G'day everyone, and welcome back to TJM Farming here on YouTube. My name is Noah, and if you're new around here, we are trying to be a West Australian sheep and a little bit of cropping farm on the bank of the Moore River. You join us in August, and I have got my replacement GoPro. The new camera is back. I gave it a test run in the other day. All seems to be going well. So yeah, technical difficulties are out of the way now, so that's all well and good. We've got some rainy conditions on the farm here. We've had some rain last night and it looks to be raining all day. They're forecasting 100% chance of 25 to 35 mil. We've got a couple of things to catch up on. All will be revealed in due time, but essentially the crop is doing well out here. It's at the tillering stage. So it's up and out of the ground. It's starting to come nice and green and thick. Pretty much ready to go to have another application of Nutrisoil and Flexien fertilizer. We'll go along with the sprayer and apply that. We've got a couple of rocks that still need to pick in here before we go to cut this for hay. But yeah, this paddock's doing well as that paddock over there. But because it's rainy conditions and we don't have any sheep work to do today, what's the plan? So Dad tipped out 13 mils of rain this morning in the rain gauge. So far, I'm not sure what that brings us up to our total for August, but I know that every weekend in August so far, at the time of recording this, has had rain, which is pretty good. It's still winter. It's late winter heading into spring now, so it's to be expected.
So I can't do any work here after working away all week.
Yeah, that's the problem. But that leaves an interesting opportunity, because if we can't do any work here on the weekend because it's raining, long-time subscribers of the channel will know that before Erinvale we had a farm up in Canna, and that was a pretty big operation, even though we were one of the smaller farmers in the area. That's where a lot of our family were based when my great-grandpa took his family across from South Australia and settled there in 1947. Now, as some people may know, when I was discussing our Kenworth truck, the Uncle Ken, which was named after my pop's older brother, Uncle Ken, my dad's Uncle Ken, he'd be my great uncle if he was still around. In that discussion, I mentioned that Pop, he had 5 brothers, but 3 of which were important for that discussion. We've mentioned Uncle Ken, which this truck is the namesake of the man who owned a trucking business down in Margaret River. But Uncle Jeff, he's still kicking, believe it or not. He's the oldest of my grandfather's family still left standing. Now, he may have dementia and all that, and he's in care, but his family, they're still farming up north on a farm called Jomak. Now, recently, the sheep numbers are becoming fewer and fewer and fewer, especially up in the Midwest, as more people have turned to cropping. They're still running the Merino bloodline that started out from the Merinos that my great-grandfather paid Pindawar Station off with in 1948 from the wool clip alone. The other Merino flock that there'd be distant cousins to would be our sheep on Erinvale. They're still up there and they need a hand with tailing their lambs. So because it's raining down here and they couldn't find anyone else to do it, Dad said to me one day, do you want to go back up north and see Auntie Ophelia and Cousin Andrew and all the others? And I'll go, yep, absolutely. And mentioning the truck and the seeding extravaganza was not the first time that I've mentioned that farm up there. I've also mentioned in the hay baling video last year that the last time the hay baler was in operation before we went to help Peter and Liz last year was actually at Uncle Jeff's place up north at Jomak. One thing that we'll find out is they've got a pretty substantial tractor collection up there that, well, I kept mentioning over and over and over and over and over again, but I'd love to take you guys around to have a proper look at, with their permission, of course. So that's the plan for today. We're going to be leaving home slightly early. We're going to be, well, we'll find out what we're doing next time I pick up the camera. Okay, so real quick, we're not quite there yet, but for reference, I'm 6'4". Behind me, that is the giant 40K. They finished this, I think it was last year, and they had a big ceremony to open it. It charged $30 for us to just come and see this. We wanted to go, but because we were busy at the time, we couldn't. But oh man, look at that. Hey, This is just huge. Look at the drawbar pin hitch, Dad.
Yeah.
You'd have no dramas hooking that up. Yeah. Oh man.
49.
1940. Oh, okay. It must have been based on the prototype then.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun. Let's keep going.
Here's the boundary fence. Here's where our farm used to be. That's the start of it.
Yep.
That used to be a very reliable paddock, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, the headers are up the back there.
Up the back there somewhere is our Johnny header. It's both of them. One's parts header, one's the good one.
Where our friend the good mechanic is. Down there's the old shepherd's hut. One of the last surviving shepherd's hut that was in good nick when we had it. No, you can't see it from here.
I think you can see the sheds from here.
Yeah, you still see the shearing shed and the shearing shed.
One of these days we'll be going back. Won't be missing much, but
This used to be part of ours too once. Sold that to Shorty and then he sold it to another neighbour.
I do believe the current owner of our old big green tractor owns
Yeah.
that now. We used to call that turtle soak, I think.
Well, the next paddock, but yeah, that's Kangaroo Gully paddock.
Yep.
What we call Kangaroo Gully anyway. They've got a few misgrips. Yeah, that means that's oh, there's a tractor stuck up in the trees.
In the trees.
Oh, tractor over there. Over there.
Yeah, I see it. Jomak.
A few missed strips in there. You see it wasn't turned on fast enough. Oh, yeah,
I think
that is bright.
somewhere around.
Oh, look, they don't say that piece anymore. I wonder why. Was Kelly changed?
Yeah.
Or in 2022, they had their self-propelled sprayer bogged in that hollow.
I think somewhere here.
There's
I think.
There's a gravel pit that the Shire used to get gravel from. That was the other entrance back there. Turtle Soak's over there.
Turtle soak's over there. That means Twin Mills is coming up.
Oh, in the middle there. Yeah. Looks like they followed that paddock.
Yeah.
Looks like they burnt it and then never sowed it. Or have they're ripping it. Look at that, they're ripping it.
They're ripping it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that used to be one of our good paddocks.
Yes. Look, they got a rain gate. Oh no, that's a beer bottle upside down.
Coffee
Yeah.
gate's still standing there though.
Yeah.
And right up around here somewhere. No? Up the hill still.
Yeah, still coming. Oh, sun's right in the wrong spot. Gotta watch where I'm driving.
Yep.
That might even been offset plowed. That's been done recently actually.
Yeah. right up around here is where our place ended and Shorty's place started, and right there, that's the edge of our farm, and that track there, in real life that just leads to somebody else's paddock, but in the Farming Simulator 22 and 25 map that's currently work in progress, that is the road that's going to lead into the town site based on Minginoo. And this is Nelly's, or what was Nelly's.
My original farm block that I started with.
Yep. This is something that I never really showed on the YouTube channel because we didn't really go up there much, or I didn't go up there much in 2021 because we were focusing on cropping the southmost block.
I just run the sheep over here.
Yeah.
Although I have grown good. I have grown a couple of 2-ton crops in here. Oh, they pushed my contour banks down and flat. Oh man, all that work I did with the days. Oh, the fence is all gone.
Oh well, it's going to make it easier on the map then. Oh, well, no, Nelly Creek is supposed to be how I remember the farm when we left it.
All them contour banks I put in all been levelled out.
Yep.
Oil mallees I planted.
So these are all planted?
Yeah, all planted under that oil mallee scheme that went kaput.
And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nelly Creek. Or what? Well, this is the Aranuka Road crossing, but that is Nelly Creek right there. We call it Nelly Creek, and this is the two little strips right up the end. That right up to where those trees there, that's where the westernmost side of the map ends. And once we pass the edge of these paddocks, we will have left where the farm sim map is. So right about...
No, not here, not here.
Not here.
Another. Got a little bit to go.
A little bit to go, so a little bit more hills and more mallees and...
Almost in. Oh, hello, the bloodman boundary fence has been pushed over. There, there.
Yep. We have now left where the farm sim map was. Well, this is quite a different way to wake up from the office. That is a big shed.
This is the original shearing shed.
Yeah. I think it's gone, but Noah's pop, Murray's dad, Uncle Gar, he came here and there was a bit of wood just there somewhere. I don't know where it is now, it's gone now I guess, but it said their names, so Jeff and then Old Gar.
Oh, Gar!
With an F, and then that was their tallies. It's written on the wall here somewhere.
I bet you that would have been Uncle Jeff, because Uncle Jeff's spelling wasn't very good.
He called him Old Garth, his big brother. And then I was going to show you, but it's gone now. I don't know where. I showed Uncle Garth, and I think I'll have a photo. I'll try and find a photo of that.
We had a few names, but they got written over. Other people wrote their other names over. We had an our shed, Dad the Mad.
Yeah.
And I changed it to Dad's Gone Mad.
There you go.
And my dad always said that he actually got better at shearing after he stopped shearing for Uncle Jeff and went and sheared with someone else.
Yeah.
Because he was too busy racing Uncle Jeff.
Oh.
I reckon Uncle Jeff would have been pretty competitive too in his younger days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Quietly competitive, eh?
Yeah. I reckon he would have.
Your pop came here and then I showed him this old Sunbeam header.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, let's have a look. And then all the bees came out and bit him on the face.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I think this is Chris.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It was like that, but anyway.
My dad's best tally was 199. Twice, 199.
That's like world record.
And I said, well, when you get 200? Oh, don't worry. It was knock-off time. But I had seen him shear 50 in a run. We were shearing lambs when I was lambing. He was shearing 50 lambs a run. But he'd only do 2 runs. Yeah. So we get enough in, he'd shear 2 runs, and then I'd be, at the time I was probably shearing 16 or 20 a run. And then I went to ag school and come back with a wide hand piece.
Noah's very much into the John Deeres. He knows all the models and that. So.
Not all of them.
Yes, tell the truth. Oh, this one.
I used to be the Johnny man, but not much anymore. I'm unbiased towards machinery. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, right. I was just thinking that maybe we have an old, but it's an 8.1 litre engine, eh? You call it, and we don't have one of these.
310.
He's big, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and they call this the little tractor.
Was it 310? Is that 310 horses?
Horsepower, I think, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, this is
That's
one
got
of the new
more
ones.
horsepower than the 8760.
Well, that had 300. 830.
Shed, yeah, that's been sitting there. The shed was built around it. So.
This isn't Uncle Jeff's original, is it? It came after... Look at that. 830, eh? Is that a Caterpillar?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, not like the dozer, but I mean the one next to it. It looks like a Caterpillar tractor.
Yeah, they're both two crawlers, two old bulldozers.
Because I know Pop's first tractor that he used to set up Mugga that was a D47U. I really wanted to rescue Pop's D4 and do it up. Oh, this is a dozer, and then this one around here. It is a D4.
Got the little starter motor on the side here. Yeah, you had to pull starter from there. Little petrol motor. Start the petrol motor.
Yeah.
And then you turn this over and it'd start the diesel motor. And you had to know which lever to
Yeah, it's
move.
It's like brain surgery.
Yeah.
It's like rocket science trying to start.
They had a different noise when they started.
Well, it had the pony motor to start with, and then the diesel would fire.
Yeah, that one there, the little petrol motor. We didn't have a ripper for ours, but he put hydraulics on for the ploughs.
I think I saw a photo of Pop's D4 pulling a combine in the early days too.
What they've done is they've reversed the pusher around and put rippers on.
Because normally the pushers, there would be a blade up the front here that would explain like the covering in front of the grill. Because normally that blade would be over here, but they look like they've reversed it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a D4. Ours was a D4.
7U.
7U, so this might even be older.
Well,
It's been converted.
the old D4s from the 50s, they made them in 2 batches. The 7U we had was a later variant, and that started from 54, but the ones that came before it were slightly different.
We had a lot more guards and stuff on. Right there. 36. Uncle Ken had a 36.
Yeah. I haven't found any photos of Uncle Ken's D6. I'm not sure if it was a proper dozer with like the ROPS and stuff like that one, or if it was a tractor like the D4 here.
It would have been something similar because it was older. Although they did used to chain together. I think it was older. They had it first, and then Dad got his D4, and they used to go chaining. And then Uncle Ken left, and then I think Uncle Alan bought the dozer, and then Dad and Uncle Alan used to go chaining together. And Uncle Alan used to tell the story of this madman running through the bush with an axe. My dad, because he was trying to, he got hooked, and they used to back up, pull the chain out and go and push the tree over with the dazer and then go back and hook on.
Yeah.
And every time Dad would back up, Uncle Alan would pull the chain tight.
Oh.
And so he'd have to get in the dazer and back up and he'd have to pull the bit out and the chain would go tight. And then there's mama bees come and swarmed him. So he'd go chasing through the bush with an axe. You stop pulling the chain tight.
You know the 9500 now?
Yeah, I think Uncle Jeff told a story about it.
It's like a CTS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a nice sort of, that's an old John Deere that you
You know, remember that tractor?
yeah, that's the one where you grabbed the exhaust pipe. You burnt your hand, eh?
This hand. I had a good relationship with the 4040 until I jumped out of the tractor cab to go have lunch, and because, well, the step system here, there was a plate over the battery box here. I tried to step out. I didn't see the handrail, so I foolishly grabbed onto that part right there, the hottest part of the entire exhaust pipe, swung on it.
Did it feel like it was like wet? Like, oh, it's slippery.
No, it felt like it was actually cold.
Right.
And then I swung on it, and so I had like a sort of like metally type feel.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I hopped down, and then went sprinting and jumped like a kangaroo across 6 rows of raked hay.
I've been driving this.
Oh yeah.
Clyde-Gallion. Yeah. The grader?
Yeah, Mike's
Why, it's only got little tiny wheels.
Mike's a wizard on that.
You're lucky you don't get it stuck.
I got parked over there.
You wouldn't want to try and drive that around my block I got now. It would just go in the ground.
Oh well, it wouldn't make it past the gateway into Boggy Ute paddock. Would do a good job on the driveway though.
Yeah, I'll just go up and back.
The grader Dad had didn't have a cab and it had big back tyres and little front tyres, and we took the front axle out and put a hitch here, and then we towed it with a tractor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we left the old motor in as a weight to hold it down.
Yeah. Just in place.
That was an old galleon, but not a Clyde-Gallion. It was just a straight galleon. I remember Uncle Jeff using this. No, Dad was on it. Dad was on it because Uncle Jeff was still cutting the hay, and they got to 17,000 bales, and Dad said, "Look, I'm going to get a contract round baler in." We had to cut 17,000 bales from your front paddock. Oh, that corner one up there on your southeast corner.
Yeah.
All the way to Canna.
Yeah.
It took us months.
Yeah. I think we did. I thought it was only 5,000 or something.
No, we got to 17,000 little squares.
Yeah.
And then another 450 round bales.
No, I mean, I think we did about 5,000 in the summer, and that was like
Oh, okay.
a summer. Yeah, just loading them up.
That's a lot of work.
I think I was probably about 9, and I got muscles that summer and had my first beer.
Yeah. Well, I used to, but yeah, well, you the same. We all worked hard when we were young.
So that's Uncle Jeff's header. Over there's the tractor where I burnt my hand, and somewhere underneath there is the 820 that Uncle Jeff started out with.
You got it.
Looks like it's got the original decals on it still.
I had a glean and then when
Poor thing looks like it's got cobwebs on it.
and it was so much.
I take it still runs.
Yeah, it's
Just
been
started something.
I suppose it was one of those sacred tractors that only your dad drove. Uncle Ken had his D6, Pop had the D4, Uncle Jeff had this.
No, Uncle Jeff had a D2.
Oh, he had a D2.
Yeah, he used to do work for Nipple Creek, and he had a D2. My dad nicknamed it the D-Toot. About it.
Yeah,
Wait, really?
Yeah, you guys would have had that. Copy of
at his
it?
birthday,
Yeah.
he sang that song.
Yeah.
Grandpa Bob said, because Jeff, our dad Jeff, he he said, oh, I want to get a new tractor, I'm going to get a John Deere. And he went to the dealership, and then he's like, can you get me one of them? And they imported it from America, and then all of a sudden this this nice new John Deere. So there wasn't many around then.
No, they wouldn't have been.
It was Chamberlain country back then.
Yeah, and Grandpa Bob goes, so you got a John Deere, eh? Like, it's all right. He's like hard to please, sort of grumpy old bastard. But he's got, shiny green thing.
Yeah, well, poor old Grandpa went bankrupt in South Australia, and he came over and he put everyone else's names over here because he was that scared of getting everything taken off him again. And then the day they left, packed up and left, the drought broke over there.
We've been there. Dad took.
Yeah, he would have taken you a couple of times.
Yeah, Jeff goes, come on, let's go. And then I'm like, where the hell are we? And I'm like, he's like, yeah, you go here, and then you go to Murray Bridge, and then
Out to
Burdett, and then
Birdwood.
and then there's this farm, and it's all potatoes. And he's like, this is where we were. And then there's the old shed where we got in trouble for swimming, and it's all wrecked now. Yeah, he still remembers how to get there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just middle of South Australia, just driving around this. Yeah.
So this is a 25-foot front.
Oh, I think so. 25 or 24. It's called a 925. So yeah. Yeah, it would be. Because I tried to steal the knife off it because the other one broke, and I was like just about to do it, and then I realised that it's actually way shorter, and then it won't fit on that 930 back.
Okay.
So this is the type of front that would be ideal for our farm. But as I was stating in that video that Andrew probably watched, the reason why we probably wouldn't go with a 25-foot front is because it's the tin. What I mean by a tin front is the screw auger along here, and because it's metal, and if it gets left outside like our Draper fronts currently does at Erinvale, well, it would rust, and that's something that I don't really...
Yeah, we need a shed.
Well, my dislike for tin fronts actually comes from Dad. Dad doesn't like tin fronts.
Well, that was from the old case fronts. They were shocking.
We started painting out here. This one out here.
That hay bind looks familiar.
These
Accumulated.
are dead. Yeah.
Yeah, the 910.
Graveyard.
Oh.
You drove that.
Yeah.
The bales, hay bales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We killed it.
Oh.
I mean, and same with this. They don't. The head blew up and overheated, and then.
Oh.
So I mean, we're not gonna.
What, in the TCM?
Yeah.
Can't you put a Chinese Cummins in it?
Probably, but yeah, we sort of just. There's heaps wrong. There's so many things wrong with it.
Is that?
The brakes. The brakes are no good.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, they all bloody go crooked, eh?
Yeah, we had no brakes, so you put the bucket on the ground when you want to stop, and then it got a bit dangerous because you're going to fall into a hole or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you got to be safety conscious these days.
So we wanted a loader that actually can stop.
Yeah. That.
Well, that's the... Well, you've got the brakes disconnected for a start, but
Yeah,
anyway.
We tried to just use the front. So
Yeah. Well, no, you use that one as well.
Oh,
The drum brake.
Yeah.
It's been disconnected.
Yeah. We ended up getting this. Ended up getting a Lugong, a Chinese.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I got a different Chinese one, but yeah.
And WCM.
They're cheaper, but I mean, it's not like we're not doing road work or we're not contractor. We just want a loader that.
Well, at least a Ludong you got a dealer in Geraldton.
Yeah, and
With mine, the dealership's in Perth, but
yeah. But then we ended up getting it's a second hand, but it's a fairly big one.
Well, that's the second biggest model.
Yeah, I mean, because we're doing canola, and it's just like it's so slow. You're going 3k an hour, and then you just need
this
it.
is a 9660.
Yeah.
So this is smaller than ours.
For those who don't know,
Looks bigger. What the hell? It looks bigger than ours.
Well, there's the.
no, well, Dad, well, we haven't been to see our header in 3 years. So I think you'll find that this looks big while it's in the shed and the voice is echoing. Basically, for those who don't know, we have a 9760 STS, but it's currently stationed at Canna. Now, the reason why we swapped to the Johnny compared to the Gleaner and the case headers that we had before it is actually because of the 9660 that Mark and Andrew have here at Jomak. This is the header that Dad took inspiration from to buy the STSs here. Now, I think the reason why he's going that this is massive is because he hasn't seen our header for 3 years.
It just looks big. It looks massive.
You wait until we go see our next 9 at Darren then. Those are huge.
I don't remember having to climb up the steps to get to the concaves.
Maybe you've shrunk.
Maybe I have.
Or maybe you've just forgotten. You've been working with too many inters, Dad.
Oh, I remember having to pull the ladder out though.
Yeah, it's a bit heavy.
Yeah. No, that's got a different,
You can't do
that's
it.
got the different
You can't do it with one arm, one hand. You gotta use.
That's it. Ours has a different cover over here, Dad.
Maybe this is a newer model.
Yes, it would be.
Ours is an older model.
Ours is an old model because ours had the older grill that you could see the rotor.
And our fuel tank goes upright. Our fuel tank goes up, not sideways like that.
Well, I mean, they started making the 60s in 2004, I think it was. And then they stopped making them in 2007.
Where's that? Where are those hydraulic things that I took off and didn't put the comb on the ground and exploded? Oh, this side. Yeah, there they are. I had the bladder going on one of these. That ball thing. Yeah. And I had the front about a foot off the ground, and I took that off. And the pressure from the comb. I got covered in hydraulic oil. I was lucky I had me safety sunglasses on, because otherwise I would have been blind.
Yeah, right.
You always got to put the front on the ground if you take those things off. That is the thingy to stop. It's like a little nitrogen accumulator for the bounce of the comb. And if they wear out, you'll end up bending your front because they
Bounces around.
yeah.
The shock.
Yeah. Shock. Oh, maybe it is, but no.
I remember ours being this size.
Just looks big, doesn't it?
It looks big, but then...
Maybe it's because I'm used to working on the 2388 at work.
Yeah, it probably would be.
No, I actually nearly bought one of these from Percher International instead of the bloody Gleaner from Esperance, and I wished I had. Because that Gleaner was the biggest piece of shit I ever had. In price, and they would have freighted it for free. I had to pay the freight from Esperance, and when we got it there, it was a wreck.
It was so bad, Dad had to pull the 2366 out of the shed to make it do one last harvest because the Gleaner just was not in any shape to harvest.
Well, I ended up having the put the backpacker on the header because we got into some fin shit, and I had to rebuild the bloody Gleaner while he was driving the header. And then I think I got the Gleaner going for the last 600-700 acres from a 6,000 acre crop.
That's the Kelly
We would be getting a 20-foot one.
It's the same width as ours, Dad.
They're 40.
Yeah, they're 40 foot.
I like them. I know they don't. I mean, I just like it to to get that stubble into the ground, and then so it can start to break down.
Yep. No, they've modified it. No, it's modified.
Yeah.
Different. They've modified the design. Have you had to rebuild any of the bearings yet in those hubs? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got the original chains on it by the looks.
Yeah, it is the original. Oh, well, they'd be alright in the sand. So they used to wear out too fast in our country, so we had to get the replaceable disc. Yeah,
That's the bearing?
There's bearings. There's 2 bearings inside there.
Yeah, they seem...
So you cut that. There should be 2 welds. No, only 1 weld. Cut that off, and then you unscrew that.
Yeah.
And then there's a sealed and a double bearing in there.
Bearings, yeah.
There should have been a spare one sitting on the front of the machine.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, we had.
Yeah.
There's a spare.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
But I mean,
But they go, and you wonder why you can't keep your chain tight, and then all of a sudden the chain locks up, won't turn,
dragging on.
be dragging, bearing's going in there.
Do all of them have that, or just the back?
No, each where the chain's hooked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's only normally, I think it's normally the black one goes first if you're going to go, because you can't see it dragging.
You got to keep it around.
Yeah, but I think we did a hell of a lot before they went.
Yeah.
And then Shorty 60 foot had a triple bearing in it. Ours was just a double. And you gotta, well, yours is in a shed, so it's alright, but you gotta make sure that stays pivoting, that arm there. They can seize up and not go. And then you've got that big hole in the back of you.
Yeah. We have to.
Yeah, I brought it. Yeah, you got to put it up in the right order. Hey, I've done
Yeah,
that.
there's a thing there and it gets out of whack, and you got to readjust all this controller.
You can see from this one.
It's more.
Heated it, bent it up, bent it back.
It's more if you got shit on your discs, and it puts it out of whack.
Yeah.
Because it goes by pressure on the weight on the hydraulics.
You know what, Murray and Noah?
Yep.
The thing I hate is folding up to go through a gate. So I'm like, just have a big gate and then just, you only fold up at the end.
Oh, a lot of your gateways are wide now.
Well, you've been widening gates. Eh? What's your width now? Standard width.
Oh, wide enough to get the combine through, so around 7 or 8 metres.
No, we've gone to minimum 8, and we've gone, some are 9 and some are 10 metres. But we've only got little gear.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just, yeah.
But yeah, at Canna, I was going out to 44 foot at Canna.
Yeah, what's that in metres?
44 foot is...
40 foot's 12, 4 foot would be...
That's another metre and a bit. So 13, probably 13, 14 metres.
Because,
I know some with those wind up thingies, they were going out 60 feet and then having droppers in the middle.
Yeah, I'll try to make all the gates 20 metres, so just everything.
Okay, that's over 60 foot, yeah.
Because the header, that big header uses a 13 metre front, so yeah.
So 45 foot.
Yeah. So we just
But you got your cedar.
And then
You want to set it to your cedar because that'd be the widest, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that's 18, and then so 20 you'll just get through, and then.
Hold 8650. Predecessor tractor to the 8760 we had, well, model wise, in terms of production. Used to be a pretty big tractor for its day. Same engine, a lot smaller in person than you'd think.
say it again. It's got to be. You got to have a good one because you literally go over every paddock. I'm up to like 8 times already this year. You know, just knock down preamps, the bugs, and then you know the post. So I mean, it's just running over it. The tyres are 480, so it doesn't do too much damage.
And that model's
Yeah, it's called R40 45.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Stainless steel tank.
Yeah, I think it's got steel booms. Now they've gone these carbon fibre booms now. But you've got to handle it. You were putting your liquid in with. They're great. That's what I used to put the cal bud. It's like calcium, but I just forked it up over that and just it looked like shit coming out, like just dribbling in there and then nitrogen. But I thought, well, what's the difference between dried liquid and granule?
100% more efficient.
Right, we'll just have a look at this.
You don't need as near as much.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's the D-Toot.
This is the.
Yeah, there you go. Here's his D-Toot.
Here I was thinking he sold it.
No, I think Uncle Jeff has only ever sold one. As far long as I know him.
You never sold anything?
No, he sold a massive PDO header.
Yeah,
And that got sold for the 9,500.
The header, yeah. But I think he did trade a 9,400 for the current 9,520.
Oh, probably would have had to.
Because we didn't have enough power, and then now we're wanting to trade up again, really, because we need something
Grip.
Yeah, everyone's got tracks around here, so.
Originally they went to tracks for blooming compaction, and now they're going using tracks for grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're wanting to. The thing what happened is we bought this seeder, and it's called a no-till. So you get the idea that you don't need to do tilling, and then you sort of forget that.
Every so often you got a deep rip.
Yeah. So our deep ripper's 12 metres, and then we're thinking that's actually quite wide because now they're 6 metres and they're going deep. But then
Yeah.
So what do? You go 12 metres this deep or 6 metres this deep. You probably end up needing the same sort of
you would
tractor.
Yeah.
So that's the D-Toot. That looks like. What would this one be? This would look like a Model D. Would it? Yeah, it is. D5.
Half of it Kelly chain, half of it.
58R. Is that another tractor sitting in the back there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one in the middle there.
Yeah. It's 50/20. Look at that. Pretty rusty, and you probably.
But I remember.
Pretty dusty, but it's definitely here. The only other time I've seen a 50 series like this one, I think they had one in the Tractor Museum in Whiteman Park, and they had a 5010 at Darren Field Days in 23.
Yeah, she's had a bit of a breakdown because like it wasn't running properly, and then we're like, oh, what's going on with this? And then the water pump, it's a bit dodgy, so we go, oh, maybe it's overheated.
No, they do good. They do good. The bearings do go in the. I've had to replace water pumps.
Yeah, I think it was sort of starting to run like it's losing the compression, so.
Yeah. You ever do the injectors on it?
No.
Yeah.
Is it big, was it pain or?
No, but yeah, these older diesels, they started dribbling, and then they put when they started dribbling, they'd put a hole through the piston.
Oh, maybe that's something like that's going
Yeah.
on.
I know these ones have a cult following in America.
Really?
Yep, the 4020s and 5020s, they're bloody popular collector's items.
This used to be the main truck.
Yeah, yeah.
You used to pass this, going to Geraldton.
Going up Witcherine Hill.
Yeah. Waved like mad because we knew it was Uncle Jeff.
And it's a Merc. It is a Merc.
So, yeah.
If Uncle Jeff didn't have dementia, he'd probably yell at me for not mentioning all his collection of cars back here as well. They do a lot of restoration of old cars and stuff here. You can see all these ones over here. And an old Holden. I'm not very good on car history stuff as I am for tractors.
His work year. One of them was his work year.
Yeah, that Kingswood. Yeah. That's where you used to get the sheep in, and
Yeah.
that's why the doors will bang, because you'd smack the door to get them to move,
Yeah.
and then it's all buggered.
He used to just putt along in it and never get it stuck. I couldn't understand how he had a two-wheel drive yet and not get stuck in the sand.
It's actually a Kingswood too, so that's sort of a, that's a.
It'd be a good collector's item now.
Yeah.
Them Kingswoods are really popular again now.
We might go through the other end and.
We'll need to shut that door though.
I'll get it later.
Yeah.
This is first year. No,
Wait, is it?
I don't know.
Which one? Where's his Buick?
Well, they're over the other shed near.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
I think,
That was his first one he collected, wasn't it? The Buick?
Yeah.
He brought it to church at
Take him out on the Sunday drive.
Yeah.
You've been driving the grain up all the way up there, and then the grain's like doing that. It's kept rolling back down. And then I thought, I wonder if they make a proper auger.
Well, that looks like it's sunny. Is it a 10 or is it a 8?
Might be 10 inch. Because this was 13.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think they didn't make 13, they only had 10.
Yeah, 10s.
And then
They've started making 12s now.
Oh, and it's a PDO drive auger.
yeah. So
Yeah, if we had one lotto and bought the neighbours, we'd buy one like that to fill those big silos on the neighbours' place.
But because it's a PDO drive, that's the reason why I said to Dad, because Dad used to say because they have one of these sitting in Moore, and we still do, and we pass it every time we go through, and Dad said, oh gee, if we win lotto, we'll buy the neighbours and we'll get one of these for a big silo, and we'll put the little Johnny on the front of it. And I said to Dad, because there's an auger very similar to this, it's a Westfield, not a Brandt auger in Farm Sim 22, and I tried to run it with a 7810 on Farm Sim, and I said, Dad, this cannot be powered by a 7810 unless you want to make grain go into the silo very slow. Especially not with ours, since I found out that ours is actually the smaller engine.
It'll be a lot faster than the 8-inch.
what horsepower is that tractor?
The 7810, well,
It's about 150.
yeah.
Because our 4040s run this.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're only what?
They're only 110.
110 horsepower.
Well, not even that. I think 90 or something.
Wow.
It is underpowered, but I just chucked it on and fuck it, do it. Just try it. Yeah, and it's standard speed. It's not slow, but just
Could be faster.
could be
You know,
faster. Could be
I
slower.
reckon it could be a 12-inch, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's either a Brandt we'd get or a big Farm King to keep with the Farm King tradition with our own augers. But then, you know, we've got to have something blue.
I know, 10, you know, it is a 10 inch.
Was it 1075?
10 inch. And then the other right inch wore off. Well, it's a 23 metres. Yeah, 23 metres, so it'd be, yeah, 75 feet. Might even be 78 feet.
Because they're 80 feet. Oh, 85, sorry. 1385. And then I said we need something similar to that to reach up there.
Yeah.
No, that's a reverse trailers in here. It's good having that on the side. You don't run over the auger.
Yeah.
And you can manoeuvre it. So if you don't get the truck exactly right, you can
Yeah,
manoeuvre
just
it.
kick it out, kick it in and
Check it out. Well, you're gonna snap it one of these days.
yeah. Yeah, that's a 1630 or something.
60-30, let's have a look at the front. Yeah, 60-30. Another pretty bloody popular one. I think this is the one that came before they introduced the sound guards. Oh, I need to be careful here, there's cobwebs.
Yeah.
40-40.
Yeah, see, I said that we got three.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're. What year are these? 1960s or something?
No, 1980s.
Oh, 80. So they're kind of, you know, they're.
I had a 46-40
Yeah, right.
before I bought my
8760.
We traded in on it.
Yeah, I just like something that has a PDO and runs.
If you buy a big four-wheel drive, I'll help you pay for it. You use it on my place. Yeah, righto. So we traded 4640 in on it, and then he gave me 10,000 towards the tractor once,
Yeah.
and I had to pay the rest off myself.
So technically Pop owned 10% of the 8760 then.
Oh well, the tractor was. He paid for the old tractor that we traded in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually a 60-foot. I converted all these to pneumatic car tyres because I don't know.
Car tyres will be better than the press wheels.
Yeah, the press wheels were nearly stuffed, and then we thought, oh, we'll just.
And they're
do this.
expensive.
Yeah, and then.
I know. I still haven't sold it yet. I got a what is it? 1820.
Yeah, 1820. It's the 40-foot version.
10-inch spacing on it.
Oh, well, yeah. So the same 1820 as well.
And the one we had a liquid kit on it that we pulled the towers off to put on the 753.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's not what you want to do to your engine. That's called throwing a leg out, or whatever you call it. You know, the piston rod?
Yeah, so putting a straight hole in the block.
Yeah, that's that yellow truck.
My first header I bought,
Yeah,
1420, case 1420.
yeah,
Driving it from Geraldton, and I was going to call in at Matthew Mickey's,
yeah. It's just there.
just back here, yeah. And got up Witcherina Hill, did exactly that to the motor.
Yeah.
And it was a rebuilt motor, so they had to put it on a truck back in and put another motor in it. That was purchase. Yeah.
There's your new header, though.
Oh, that's the perfect size for our block. No.
Yeah, an old 55. I did.
Oh, that's your bees. You're allergic, eh?
No, I'm not allergic.
Because
I'm steering clear from that.
yeah, that's where your pop got stung. He was, yeah. He was,
With that header.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, they're living in that header. These seating boots.
Yeah.
like to ask your expertise on this because
Yep.
there's the two.
Yeah.
One's fur, one's seed.
Yeah, you got a double shoot
That's
system
seed,
on there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is now.
Yeah.
But we had it the other way around
Yeah.
for years. We had-
Yeah, I came and I told you
Yeah.
one day, and I said, you got it back to front.
Yeah. I changed it this time.
Yeah. Did it make a difference?
I think so because instead of having seed in a row like that,
Yeah.
you have seed like that.
Each side of the fertiliser.
Yeah, and then so
So see, that should technically throw the fertiliser deeper than the seed though, so...
yeah, that's lower. Yeah, deeper. If you look from
The
the, side,
beach
yeah.
I had, had that centre one in front of these.
Yeah, right.
So they were the other way around.
So now that you've got seed shooting out both sides,
Yep.
it's a little bit more seed volume, you know. And then if some of them fail, there's more there. Because I remember years I was thinking, what's wrong with our crop? Because it's just like a Morse code line,
Yeah.
dot, line, dot, stop, line, and
This
thinking,
looks like it actually puts the fertiliser higher up.
oh well.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and have a look at ours.
Well, there might be an old boot. I know on your videos you were saying, you know, you hit a rock and you break off your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have too much trouble in the sand. It's just
Well, the combine has only got a single bolt, and it does a loop with a single bolt, and they're really, really thin. Yeah. And I thought, oh, if we don't sell our bar, we can take these off and put them on the combine, and then square tubings, 3-inch, not 4-inch. And oh, they're not going to fit.
This thing used to sink. And,
Yeah.
They would just all spin. And we thought, what's going on? We need a bigger tractor. We need a flotation tyres. We need to lift out, or I don't know. But
Yeah, 870s. Yeah.
it's fully weighted. Like,
We could have just put a single one on our tractor because it was only 400 horse.
well, this is 420 horsepower too.
Well,
It's only 420 horsepower.
Yeah.
I thought the 9420s were 425.
They were. The 9400s were 425.
Yeah, I mean,
The 520s,
This should have been 500.
this isn't the biggest model, this is the second biggest model. There was a 9620 and that had over 500 horsepower.
Oh, righto. Well, they're making them 700 horses now.
yes.
No, well, the biggest one John Deere makes these days dwarfs the 9400 in size.
Yeah,
A 9RX 830. But then those things cost 1.25 million. It's not worth it. I don't think it would fit in here.
Yeah, I mean, we still like this.
Keep this.
Yeah.
Keep this as long as you can. Even if you have to put it on water cart duty that the 8650 is doing, keep this. You won't regret it.
No, before auto steer, and then before someone like my dad, he didn't want to use it. He made a frame on his tractor. The frame came all the way out here
To the edge width of the bar.
to the edge of the bar, and then you'd have a pole, you know, piece of polypipes low,
Yeah.
going down, and then so as long as you keep that pole in the last run, you're pretty close, and then that, you know, that's how it would
So
just
it's
go round
almost
and
like a
round.
ridge marker.
Yeah, I suppose, I don't know, but it was just
It would
homemade.
have been the other side, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so, on the right, but yeah, so
I
that's
would
what
have had a little flaggy thing on it, a pipe with a little flaggy thing.
yeah,
That would explain the similar bracket on the 8650.
yeah, same sort of thing. So, you know, that's like the old way of doing it.
Yeah,
Since-
instead of doing like I do, I get a text to Mark, and then the seat goes down, and oh shit,
Oh,
Mark's
that's
out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, auto steer when they're working, they're good.
yeah, it's
You don't get as tired. You can work longer.
yeah, it's it's you just got to have it. I mean, if you're driving the spreader, how you're not
How
gonna
on
know
earth are you going to see where the
you-
granular's going out?
Or even spraying these days because the foam didn't used to last. That was a bugger. We had to then guess. Oh, there's our wheel marks.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about there.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
My dad was a good one for leaving this much, and it'd be just solid radish round and round.
No.
If I get a chance to escape the farm sometime during harvest, would you let me come back up
Yeah.
here? And
You can even drive one if you want.
that would be awesome. It's like, for those who don't know, Andrew here, cousin Andrew, I call him cousin Andrew even though he's probably cousins with Dad.
Yeah.
He does a bit of video filming on Facebook, I think.
Yeah. Just.
And same with Auntie Ophelia, they do reels and stuff on Facebook. I've actually been trying to convince them to take up YouTubing. However, as people tend to know, my upload schedule is not the greatest because farming, busy, not much time to sit down in front of a computer editing a bunch of footage in here. But yeah, videos and stuff, it kind of runs in the family here. So
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah, it is a lot of fun. It helps show off our little part of the world.
I was thinking then fill in the bags. Fill in the bags.
Oh, I heard about how they used to fill the bags.
Just fill that little bit up, and then stop and bag it up.
That would actually be handy, filling
Yeah,
up
yeah,
little
yeah.
bulker bags to fill up combines
You
and
had
stuff.
Screenings as well in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the first lot of headers, even the first lot of self-propelled ones. The Massey had 2 bags for the screenings, and when they got full you had to stop, pull them off and put 2 new bags on. But that had an auger for filling into a fill bin. And then the 725 Inter I used to drive just had a bin, and I used to have a bag 3 or 4 bags of screens up out the side of it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And then we used to come back with the old blue ute. Oh, we used to have an old lovey, and we used to stick all the screenings bags up, and then we had to back up to the auger and then tip them into the auger to go into a silo.
It would have been hard yakka, hey?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's why they call it a combine, because this is like a tug-along harvester.
Yeah.
They used to have tow behind harvesters, and now, you know, like a self-propelled harvester, it's combined. So there you go, combined. That's why they call it that, eh?
Well, yeah. I think the real reason why it's called combine is because in the old days they used to have just a stripper or a wind thingy, and then you used to have to take it to the shed, and then it'd go through a machine that separated the grain heads from the stalks. Yeah. And then they combine them into one machine, and that's why they called them a combine. Yeah. But yeah, you're pretty much right, though.
Come a long way from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like comparing this Sunshine to the S680 and the 9660 and the 9500 we saw in the other shed.
Because we call a combine seeder a combine.
Yeah.
And
like that.
Yeah, over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, if you're from somewhere else in the world and you come to WA and they say, look at the header, and
They
say,
think of
"What
the header
hell?"
front.
Yeah, and we call them headers, but I mean, the header's really the stripper what you're using. But
I remember Pop used to call the header front header comb.
Yeah, comb. Oh, well, that's a comb.
Yep.
That's a comb style. And the ones with the draper and that other one you filmed, the 25-footer, they're an open front.
Yep.
So the comb, because of these teeth sticking out like this,
Yep.
they used to comb it. And it used to be a bugger because, alright, the stalks used to catch, and you have a little bit of a stick or a turnip.
yeah.
Well, radish, they'd come in there and get stuck. And then you'd have to get out and pull that out. Or drop it down on the ground and try and reverse it out. If that didn't work, then you had to get out and physically clean the blocks out.
Just don't tell WorkSafe about that.
No, that's what we had to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and then now we got these big open fronts, and the pickup reel just shoves it straight through. You don't have that issue. The old days, they had a platform up there that you could walk along,
yeah, that was,
and you had a pitchfork, and one bloke's job was just to go along, scooping all the blockages out with a pitchfork on here.
that's like, yeah, Uncle Garth and Jeff.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that. Imagine WorkSafe seeing that and get.
Oh,
Yeah, these days, yeah, you'd be in trouble.
Dad hurt his arm. He was saying there's something that you have to pull up, and it's on a big spring. Yeah, that, something like that. And then
Well, that's... No, there should have been another one. That's... Yeah, and it has notches, and that lifts and lowers your cone.
oh, okay, and then my dad, your Uncle Jeff, he pulled that, and then maybe it didn't go into the notch, and then came back and gouged his arm, and he's got a massive scar there. But yeah, I mean, it probably would have been the whole weight of the front on his arm, sort of.
Yeah.
As that
would have been
back.
There should have been somewhere. I know even in Scarifiers, the old real fashioned Scarifiers and real old ploughs.
they had a lever
same
like that.
Levers as well.
I think Pop had one parked out the front of the
Oh
yard.
yeah, here's a spring assisted here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you have to be pretty strong to lift the whole.
But
front.
that goes to the back, so there should have been another one. Oh no, you know, it's underneath. Underneath, down to the front of the spring.
Yeah. Oh well, we better.
Yeah. Alright. Righto, so that was quite a bit of fun. Special thanks to Cousin Mark, Cousin Andrew and Auntie Ophelia for having us over at Jomak for this video. A lot of fun. It was great to go up there, see family, help them out with mulesing their lambs. We see some different equipment that's not on our own farm. So I think because of all that footage of going around and touring their equipment and stuff, we're gonna leave this video here. So cheers for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and have any thoughts or questions or anything like that, be sure to let me know and I'll get back to you. And yeah, catch you next time. Happy farming, people.